Hello everyone. Hi grade 6. This is the first lesson, meaning of ratio. What is the meaning of ratio? Meaning of ratio. Ratio is what? Ratio is a relation between two numbers or two amounts of the same unit. Or it's a method to compare between two numbers or two amounts of the same units. If I ask you what is the relation between the two numbers 5 and 10? The ratio between 5 and 10 is written 1 to 2 or is 1 to 2. Why? If I ask you to compare between 5 and 10, you can say that 5 is less than 10 or 10 is greater than 5. Maybe someone say that 5 is half 10. This is called the ratio. So the ratio between 5 and 10 is 1 to 2. But if I ask you the ratio between 10 and 5 is 2 to 1. So the order here is very important. We can complete because 5 is half 10. Expressing the ratio. The ratio between two numbers A and B is written as A to B. It's read A to B or A over B. A is called what and B is called what? The first number A is called antecedent. Antecedent. The second number B is called consequent. Consequent. But the two numbers A and B are called the two terms of the ratio. The two terms of the ratio. For example, if we have two numbers 3 and 5, so the ratio between 3 and 5 is written as 3 to 5 or as a fraction 3 over 5. 3 is called what? Antecedent. And 5 is called what? Consequent. But the two numbers 3 and 5 are called the two terms of the ratio. If I ask you to complete some sentence, the first, the ratio is what? Is a method to compare between two numbers or two quantities. The ratio between 3 and 4 is written as 3 to 4 or 3 over 4. 3 is called what? The first number, yes, antecedent. And 4 is called what? The second number is called consequent. 3 and 4 are called the two terms of the ratio. The two terms of the ratio. If we have here a table and we want to complete this table, he will give you the antecedent and consequent and ask about the form of the ratio, or he will give you one of the form of the ratio and ask you to complete the antecedent and consequent or find the second form of the ratio. The first ratio we have here, the antecedent is 3 and consequent is 7. So we can write the ratio as 3 to 7 or as a fraction. So the antecedent is the first, it will be 3. Over the consequent, it will be 7. So the missing number is what? Yes, 3 over 7. Second, we have here the antecedent 7 and the consequent 10. We can write the ratio as 7 to 10. Yes, we have here the form of the ratio 7 to 11. We can write now the antecedent and the consequent. The first number is the antecedent, it will be 7, and consequent 11. We can write the other form as 7 over 11. We have here the form of the ratio as a fraction 8 over 9. So we can write the other form as 8 to 9. Now What is the antecedent? The antecedent is the first number. So the antecedent is what? Is 8. And consequent is what? Is 9. Don't forget this rule. To find the ratio between two numbers, just divide the first number over the second number, and you can simplify as a fraction. So the ratio between two numbers equals the first number over the second one. This is a rule. You must study it very hard. For example, he said, find the simplest form of the following. The first ratio 4:6. Just here we can simplify the ratio dividing by 2. How can we find the ratio between two numbers? Just cancel out the common numbers or the common factors. We have here, we can divide by what? Divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2, it will be 2. And 6 divided by 2, it will be 3. So 4:6, in the simplest form, it will be 2:3. Second, we have here 3 and 9. 3 and 9 are divisible by what? Yes, are divisible by 3. We can divide by 3 here. This is 3. It will be 1, 2, 3. Second, 5 to 10. The common factor here is what? Is 5. So 5 divided by 5, it will be 1. And 10 divided by 5, it will be 2. This is the first example we studied before. The relation between 5 and 10, 5 is half 10. So the ratio between 5 and 10 is 1:2 in the simplest form. What is the ratio between 12 and 15? 12 and 15 are divisible by what? Are divisible by 3. It's the highest common factor. I will define it. Between 12 and 15, we can divide here by 3. 12 divided by 3, it will be 4. And 15 divided by 3, it will be 5. So to find the simplest form of the ratio, just cancel out the common factors between the two terms of the ratio. To find the ratio in the simplest form, we have two ways. The first way, divide the two terms of the ratio by HCF, which is highest common factor, or GCF. The second is cancel out common factors. If we have example here, what is the ratio between 12 and 18 in the simplest form? What is the HCF? The highest common factor of 12 or 18 and 18 is what? Yes, is 6. We studied before in grade 4. We can divide now by HCF, dividing both sides or both terms by 6. 12 divided by 6, it will be what? 2. And 18 divided by 6, it will be 3. What about the second way? The second way, cancel out common factors. Just ask yourself, we have here 18 and 12. 12 and 18 are even numbers. So 12 and 18 are divisible by what? Are divisible by 2. We studied here the divisibility rules, and we will remember it. 12 divided by 2, it will be 6. And 18 divided by 2, it will be 9. So it will be 6 to 9. We have here a common factor. 6 and 9 are divisible by what? Are divisible by 3. So 6 divided by 3, it will be 2, and 9 divided by 3, it will be 3. So the ratio between 12 and 18 is 2:3. You can here simplify in one step, just find the highest common factor. If you can't, just cancel out the common factors between the two terms of the ratio. To divide the two terms by the common factors, you must remember here divisibility rules. We studied before divisibility rules. The first, a whole number is divisible by 2 if the ones digit is an even. For example, 12, 166, 20, 72, 84, 100, and 324. Look at the ones place. If the ones place 0, 2, 4, 6 8, so it's an even number, so it's divisible by 2. This is the first rule. Divisibility by 3. 3, the number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. For example, 72, 81, 720, 888, 555, and 324. For example, if we take the number 888, just find the sum of its digits. It will be 8 plus 8 plus 8. It will be 8 times 3. It will be 24. Ask yourself, is 24 is divisible by 3? Yes. Equals what? Equals 8. So this number is divisible by 3 without making any steps for division. Divisibility by 5. The whole number is divisible by 5 if it ends in 0 or 5. For example, 75, 80, 720, 885, and 555, and 320. If the last digit here is 0 or 5, so this number is divisible by 5. Divisibility by 6. The number is divisible by 6 if it divisible by 2 and 3 at the same time, like 12, 18, 72, and 54, and 540. For example, 54 is divisible by 2. Why? Because it's an even number. And 54 is divisible by 3. Why? Because the sum of its digits, it will be 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. So this number is divisible by what? By 6. And we studied before, 54 divided by 6 equals what? Equals 9, because 6 times 9 equals 54. Divisibility by 9. The number is divisible by 9 if its digits, the sum of its digits is divisible by 9, like divisibility by 3. For example, 243, 108, 882, and 540. If the sum of its digit is divisible by 9, so the number is divisible by 9. For example, here, the number 882, 8 plus 8, just find the sum of its digits. It will be 8 plus 8, 16, 16 plus 2, it will be 18. 18 is divisible by 9, ask yourself. Yes, equals what? Equals 2. So the number 882 is divisible by 9. Divisibility by 10. The number is divisible by 10 if the last digit is 0, like 240, 1000, 880, and 540. The last digit here is 0, so the number is divisible by 10. Now we can use divisibility rules to find the ratio in the simplest form. 12 to 21. The two numbers are divisible by 3. 12 divided by 3, it will be 4, and 21 divided by 3, it will be 7. 20 and 30. The last digit here is 0, so the two numbers are divisible by 10. It will be 2 to 3. 15 and 40, the last digit is 0 or 5, so the two numbers are divisible by 5. 15 divided by 5, it will be 3, and 40 divided by 5, it will be 8. This is the simplest form of the ratio. 60 to 80, the last digit is 0. We can divide here by 10. It will be 6 to 8, and 6 and 8 are divisible by 2. Again, it will be 3 to 4. 30 to 45, the two numbers are divisible by what? Yes, are divisible by 5. 30 divided by 5, it will be 6, and 45 divided by 5, it will be 9. 6 and 9 are divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3, it will be 2, and 9 are divisible by 3 equals 3. It's very important to revise multiplication table, by the way. 20 to 85, the last digit is 0 or 5, so the two numbers are divisible by 5. 20 divided by 5, it will be 4, and 85 divided by 5, it will be 17. 72 to 36, the two numbers here are even numbers, so we can divide here by 2. 72 divided by 2, it will be 36, and 36 divided by 2 by your eye equals 18. 36 and 18 are divisible by 18. Why? Because 18 is half 36. It's easy to find it mentally. 36 divided by 18, it will be 2 to 1. But you can find the ratio between 72 to 36 by your eye. We have here the HCF, or highest common factor, is 36. Why? Because 72 is divisible by 36 equals 2. So the ratio in one step, it will be 2 to 1. 25 to 100, we can divide here by 5. It will be 5 to 20. 5 and 20 are divisible by 5. It will be 1 to 4. We can here divide by the highest common factor of 25 and 100. It will be 25. It will be 1 to 4. Write the ratio between the two numbers in the simplest form. We can here use divisibility rules. You can pause the video and do the exercise by yourself. 55 and 77 are divisible by 11. The two numbers are symmetric. So it will be 5 to 7. 81 and 162 are divisible by 3 because the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. 2 plus 6 plus 1, it will be 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. 81 divided by 3, it will be 27, and 162 divided by 3, it will be 54. The two numbers are divisible by 27. Why? By your eye, 27 is half 54, or 54 is double 27. We will get that the ratio, it will be 1 to 2. 105 to 108, the two numbers are divisible by 3. It will be 35 to 36. By the same way, 51 to 18 are divisible by 3. It will be 17 to 6 in the simplest form. 85 and 17 are divisible by what? Oh, 17 is a prime number. It's divisible by itself. But 85, the last digit here is 5. So the number is divisible by 5. When we divide 85 divided by 5, it will be 17. So we can write 85 as 5 times 17, and we can write 17 as 17 times 1. So the common factor between the two terms of the ratio here is 17. We can write now, or divide by 17, it will be 5, it will be 17 to 1 in the simplest form. 324 to 162, the two numbers are even. We can divide by 2. It will be 162 to 81. And 81 is half 162. So the ratio, it will be 2 to 1. 63 to 81, we can divide here by 3. It will be 21 to 27. The two numbers are divisible by 3. Simplify, it will be 7 to 9. We can find the ratio 7 to 9 in the simplest form by your eye in one step. Just ask yourself, what's the HCF of 63 and 81? It's 9. We can divide by 9, the ratio will be 7 to 9. 75 to 100, we can divide by 5. It will be 15 to 20. The last digit is 0 or 5, it's easy. It will be divided by 5 equals 3 to 4 in the simplest form. He said, if Ahmed has 30 pounds and Ali has 40 pounds, then the ratio between what Ahmed has and what Ali has equals what over what? And he said Ahmed has equals what Ali has. The ratio between what Ali has and what Ahmed has, then we can deduce that Ali has what Ahmed has. The first, he wanted to find the ratio between Ahmed and Ali. Ahmed has what? 30 to 40. Simplify, we can divide by 10, it will be 3 to 4. Now, we can say the ratio between what Ahmed has and what Ali has is 3 to 4. We can write it as a fraction, is 3 over 4. And we can say that Ahmed equals what Ahmed has over what Ali has in the simplest form. We can say that Ahmed has or equals 3 over 4 Ali. Ali to Ahmed. Ali has 40 to 30. In the simplest form, it will be 4 to 3. We can say now that Ali has 4 over 3 Ahmed, because Ali is the simplest form. It will be 4 parts, 4 equal parts. We will study it, and Ahmed will have 3 equal parts. So Ali equals 4 over 3. We can complete now the ratio between what Ali has and what Ahmed has equals 4 over 3. In the opposite figure, we have a square with side length 3 cm and rectangle with dimensions 6 and 2 cm. Find the area of each figure, then complete. To find the area of the square equals what? Yes, we studied before. It's a side length times itself. It will be 3 times 3 equals 9 square centimeter. The area of rectangle, it will be length times width. It will be 6 times 2 equals 12 square centimeter. To find the ratio between the area of the square to the area of rectangle, it will be 9 to 12, and put it in the simplest form as we studied before. It will be 9 to 12. We can divide here by 3. It will be 3 to 4. We can say that the area of the square now equals 3 over 4 the area of rectangle, or area of a square equals 3/4 area of the rectangle. You can inverse it. The area between the rectangle to the square, it will be 4 to 3, because he said here the rectangle. So the rectangle, it was 4, and the area of the square in the simplest form, it was 3 parts. So we have here 4 equal parts to 3 equal parts. By the same way, the area of the rectangle equals now 4 over 3 area of the square. Write the ratio in the simplest form: 19 over 114 and 36 over 72. 19 over 114, we can write it as 19 to 114, and we can divide here by 19. We can divide 114 by 19 by using long division. It will be 6. 6 times 19, it will be 114. You can subtract, it will be 0. So the ratio, it will be 1 to 6. And the fraction 19 over 114, it will be 1 over 6. By the same way, 36 over 72, we studied before. 36 is half 72, it will be 1/2, by the way, and the ratio, it will be 1 to 2. If we write it here, 36 to 72, we can divide by 9, simplify. It will be 4 to 8, dividing by 4, it will be 1 to 2, and the fraction, it will be 1 over 2. If we have a colored shape here, and he said complete, green parts to red parts. How many parts are green? 2. How many equal parts are red? 4. You can count it. It will be 2 to 4. In the simplest form, 1 to 2. Green parts to all parts. How many all parts? It will be 12. You can count it. Green parts are 2 to 12, dividing by 2. It will be 1 to 6. Red parts to all parts. How many red parts? We have 4, all 12. You can divide here by 4. It will be 1 to 3. Or yellow parts to all parts. It will be 3 to 12, dividing by 3 equals 1 to 4. Thank you for watching. See you soon, guys.